With us now is Kaya, and she owns Cynthia Ann Boutique. She's an entrepreneur that started her company recently, and it's all inspired by her children. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur?
I always knew that I had that in me, but it took a while for me to figure it out. So,
What was the moment and how did you start? It's not easy to start a company. So
No.
what was that moment you made the decision, and what
Yeah.
was the first step you took?
so I was tired of like the rush every day. Every day is like rush to get the kids to school, rush to get home, rush to get dinner done. And I was like, I had to do something different. So one day I was watching YouTube and I saw someone make a glitter glass, and I was like, I think I can do that. So I made a glass and then I brought a Cricut machine, and it just like took off from there.
Now, what is a Cricut machine for the audience that doesn't know?
Oh, so you make things like with vinyl. So you can make vinyl shirts, vinyl mugs, vinyl glasses. The sky's the limit with those machines.
Okay, so you're able to like make a template,
Yeah,
and
so
it
you
cuts
make a
it all
template.
out.
Right, and then it
stencils
prints it
it
out
for you,
Yeah,
okay.
stencils it, and then you just place it on whatever you're gonna put it on.
Now, what started first, the beauty products and those types of things, or your garments?
Well, neither. The
Okay.
glasses started first. I actually started making centerpieces, and then once COVID started, I had to do something different because I was just doing like event things. So I was like, I have to try to find something else to do. So that's when I decided to come up with the clothing line, and then I also started making whipped soaps and body butters, and then it just started from there.
Who inspired you growing up? I know that some of your company, the divisions are named after loved
Yeah.
ones, but in my opinion, because I've met a lot of people, it's rare that somebody has the ability to move through a challenge, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes a challenge steps up and it's like, oh, well, I can't do that. And they're just like, oh, I give up. Who inspired you to kind of be like the person that goes over it, under it, around it, or through it?
Yeah.
So when you couldn't do this, you're like, well, I can't do that. I'll do this. Who was that for you?
Definitely my family and my kids, and they always stick by my side no matter what I want to do, no matter how crazy the idea is, because I have a lot of those. But definitely my family and my kids all the way.
And Cynthia Ann Boutique is named for?
It's named after my mom. She passed away of cancer when I was 7, so I never really had that connection with her. So when I started the business, I knew automatically I was going to name it after her. And Olive J, which is the beauty line, is named after my grandmother from my mom's side, and she was always like a piece of me too. And Perry K is named after my grandmother from my dad's side. Her name is actually Katy Perry, and she always loved fashion. I remember growing up, and we used to dress up in her church clothes and give her like a fashion show. So it was always really sweet. She was a really, really sweet lady, and I just decided to name that after her too.
I love that.
Thanks.
And you also have Billie Jeans.
Billie Jeans. My dad's name is William, and he actually recently passed away too. And when I told him I was going to name the jeans Billie Jeans, he was like, "Oh, I love that. It's great." And he passed away before I could see it through with his size and men's clothes. But it's always going to be a part of me having all of them, their name live on with the company.
I received that. I actually felt that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Thanks.
Because that was one part when we talked on the phone that I didn't realize, is that he was able to know that you were going to do that
he
for
was
him.
so excited, and I made hats, and I gave him one, and he wore it all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. My mom was able to see me get married, and I know that that was a special memory for myself, and then she crossed over and I was pregnant with my first son. And I really honor you for the way that you honor and you respect the legacy of your family.
Absolutely. They are a big part of my life. I talk about my parents all the time, and my grandparents every day, every year on their birthday, we have cake. Like, it's always a big celebration. They know very well about them.
I want you to adopt me. I'm like, yeah, let's do cake. So you came up with a clothing line. So you have different things in your clothing line that we're going to be looking at visually as we're talking. Tell me about the different products lines that you have. You have swimsuits, you have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so I actually started a Mommy and Me collection, and from there I was like, all right, I don't want to just be doing that. And I started a boys collection too, because online it's really hard to find little boys' clothes, no matter what. It's always girls. So I have 2 sons. I'm like, I have to do something for them too. I can't leave them out. So that's how that started as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great fashions. And what did you bring with you today to look at?
Oh, so I have just an outfit from the Mommy Me collection. So it just says Minnie and Mama.
Nice.
And I actually wrote a book, just a very small little book.
Oh, and in my spare time, I wrote a book.
So it's just a little something that I started rhyming,
Yeah,
and I had a great editor and someone who.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So it's called Mama and Minnie.
I love that.
My kids actually helped me make it. So
I always feel like my daughter Elise is like my little Minnie.
Yeah.
I call her Little Drake. This is lovely. To Ryan and Devin, the original little Minnies. Oh, this is wonderful.
Thank you.
Bless you and bless your heart for all the things that you do. This is fantastic.
So whoever orders like a Mommy Me set, I give them a free book with it, so they can read it to their little Minnie.
No wonder you're a successful entrepreneur. No, because you're so passionate. You give so much of yourself. So good for you.
Thank you.
That's amazing, Kaya. That's fantastic.
Thanks.
And your products, let's just go through. What are some of the products that you have in your Olive J collection?
Sure. So I make like face wash, lotions. I have after shower oil, bubble bath scoops, face toners, whip soaps. These are cute little things that I just made. They're like, I call them bath cappuccinos. So it's like a bubble bath tea, but just something light. And I started to do a, sorry.
That's okay. Well, while you're thinking about that, I'm just asking you, do you do parties? Because I could really see you could do this as like a party experience.
Yeah. So I actually started something called Soap and Sips, where I come to do an event and you make your own soaps, and people can sip wine or tea, whatever it is that they want to do. And little kids can actually make the soaps too. So it's a concept that I'm coming up with. I actually didn't pursue it yet, but it's going to happen.
It's in the making.
Yes,
it's in the works
soon.
Well, congratulations. And I know we had talked about maybe you teaching me sometime how to make something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm open for that.
Yeah.
Did you remember the thing that you might have forgotten?
Oh, yes. Okay, it was about the crystals. So I have like an amethyst soap and a rose crystal soap. And I also have like a lotion to match with it. So I'm going to incorporate doing crystals, come into energies and things like that into the business as well.
Lovely. I think it's going to last you for perpetuity.
Yeah.
So, and congratulations. And you're setting a wonderful example also for your children, that they can own their own business. They can do anything that they ever envision for themselves.
Right.
So way to go.
Thank you.
Yay. We love empowering stories. We'd love to hear from you. And please check out Cynthia Ann Boutique. Be well.